Today's topic is models of process improvement. Those who have the textbook, please mention the page number in the chat box. Models of process improvement. After the Six Sigma methodologies is the chapter of models of process improvement. So process improvement, it is also called business process improvement or continuous improvement process. So what are the practice of process improvement makes sure it will make sure that business processes meet whatever industry standards you have, whatever customer expectations they have. Industry standards and customer expectations both are met through process improvement techniques. Okay, so in process improvement you have to identify which part in your organization has to be improved, analyze how you will improve. Okay, bring new workflows, new inventions or discoveries, new way of doing things. Okay, new things, new shift or new changes has to be brought in. And sometimes you may have to eliminate certain things to improve your goal. Okay, either you have to bring in new processes or eliminate certain steps in your processes. Okay, so minimizing errors, reducing waste, improving productivity, streamlining efficiency, they all are the part of process improvement. Okay, so first is the PDCA model, the plan, do, check, act model. Okay, it has other names as well. Schwartz cycle, the Deming cycle, Kaizen technique. Okay, there are other names for PDCA model as well. So this is a four-stage approach. You have four steps. So it's a four-stage approach for continuously improving process. Since it continuously improves, there is no stop. You plan, do, check, act, and you do it all over again. Okay, there is no stop. Even after establishing new goals or meeting the expectations, you don't stop. You look for new things to do. So you're continuously improving your processes and products. That's the reason why we call it as Kaizen technique. It is a fundamental model for problem solving and quality improvement, best for any organization or team which aims to implement continuous improvement systematically. So in this approach, the first step is plan. Okay, so in the plan stage, you have to identify and analyze the problem or any opportunity which you want to change or you want to bring a new change. Identify where you want to bring a new change, develop assumptions, hypothesis, okay, of what could be the issues that are causing problems. Okay, and then you will try to prove those hypotheses. Decide to test the hypothesis and assumptions. Write down what your expectations are, expected results are. Okay, and what are your determinations throughout the course of action. You have to make a list of these things, and what should be an end result, how or what should the end result look like. Okay, that should be your planning process. So this is the responsibility of the top management. Okay, objectives, action plans are made here in the planning phase, in the plan stage. Next is the do. Okay, here action, it is action oriented. Okay, whatever you have planned, whatever you have written down, whatever expectations you have jotted down, you have to take actions towards it. That is the do phase. Okay, implementation and realization, communication, training, awareness, operational control, they all come under the do phase. Then you have the check phase. In the check phase, you monitor, you analyze, you take corrective action, you take preventive action. Audits are done. Why? After taking actions, you have to look back. Is it giving you results? Is it giving you positive results? Is it bringing positive change, or is it bringing no change at all? Or is it negatively impacting your organization? In the check phase, you will see it. Okay, whatever things you have done, whatever actions you have taken, how is it actually working out, that you have to monitor. Okay, so that is done in the check phase. In the act phase, Based on the based on the data you have got in the check phase, you will either take new action plans, or you will, if it is working fine, things are positive, your actions will give you positive results. Okay, you don't have to control it much. You make it into a strategy. You make it into a standard. Whatever new change you have brought in, that becomes the new standard if it works well. If it is not working well, again go through the plan, do, check, act phase. Okay. So here in the act, review is done. Management will review how was everything. Do we need to continue this new change, or do we have to look for new solutions? Okay. These optimizations will be done in the PDCA stage. This is the PDCA in brief. Then you have the Kaizen Blitz. So Kaizen, as I have mentioned earlier, Kaizen is continuous improvement, and it emphasizes on lean, which means removing waste activities, okay, or agile practices. Some old practices which are not relevant in today's day and age. You have to remove them. Okay. You do this to improve the quality and productivity of the processes. Okay. And through how do you do this process? Just slightly changing certain processes. You're not doing some major shifts. Slight small changes you do in your workplace or corporate culture, and that gives a good impact. Okay, that improves the quality and productivity of your organization. Small changes. And to do these small changes, you don't require the permission of the top management at all. Okay, you yourself can incorporate these small changes in your organization. So that is Kaizen Blitz. Okay, within 2 days to 10 days, a Kaizen project has to be done. So between the plan and the do phase, Kaizen Blitz is done. So in this technique, any manager, or at even the operational level manager, they can also look for things in their organization which they want to continuously improve. Kaizen, it's a Japanese term which means continuous improvement, change for better, or continuous improvement. And it is based on the idea that everything can be improved. Small, ongoing positive changes should you should keep on doing some small changes, positive changes in your routine that can lead to significant improvements instead of doing a big change at one time, a drastic, rigid, big change at one time. Keep doing small changes here and there. Okay, in the long run, it will give you much better results. Okay, that is about Kaizen or Kaizen Blitz. Then we have PDSA cycle: plan, do, study, act. Okay, very similar to PDCA. In PDSA, it is more research based. Okay, plan, do, study, act is more research based, and it is again a four-stage step used for problem solving or improving the process, or even to carry out a new change. You will require a PDSA cycle. And when you are using a PDSA cycle, it is important to include your external customers and internal customers as well. Your staffs and your clients both should be a part of PDCA study, because they can give you the feedback about what is working and what does not working. Everything depends on their feedback, your staff feedback and your customer feedback, because the customer in today's world, it's the customer who decides what's quality. So it would make sense also to also involve them in the process to increase acceptance of the end result as well. Okay, because when customers know that they were a part of this change, they will accept the change more happily. Okay, they will think it's because of them, because of their feedback, this change was brought. So they readily accept the process or the product. There is more acceptance for the process or the product. In applying PDSA, you have to ask yourself three questions. First question is, what are we trying to accomplish? You should know what area you want to see results in. Okay, blindly you can't just do a PDCA cycle. You should know what exactly you want to accomplish within a given period of time. How will you know? How will we know that a change is an improvement? Every change will not lead to improvement. Some change will can fire back at you as well. So you should know which changes is giving improvement, which changes have fired back. Okay, you should have an idea. Okay. So you have to ask this question: what changes can we make that will result in an improvement? Okay, so these are the three main questions that you have to answer before applying PDSA cycle. So in the stage one, that is plan, you have to recruit a team that has a knowledge of the problem. For example, if you find the problem in ICU department, you are not going to recruit nurses from OPD. You will recruit nurses who are in the ICU department to be the part of this problem solving team. Okay, if you find some issues in the CSST department, you will not call the operation theater staff for it. You will take that CSST technicians to be part of your team. Okay, so assemble a team who already has a knowledge of the problem or opportunity for improvement. Okay, you have to consider the strengths of each team members. See what knowledge they can bring into the group. Okay, and then you will make a objective statement or aim statement, or an objective statement has to be made here. Describe the objectives. Exact means what change has to be tested, which area you're gonna do the PDCA study, what are you trying to establish, accomplish. That you have to draft it into a single statement. And also describe the current situation, what is happening right now. Okay, current context has to be seen. What is wrong or what is right, whatever is happening right now as it is, you have to note it down, record it. And also the current process, you will have to note it down. Only then you can make changes into that process. Brainstorming session can be done, SWOT analysis can be done. Collect as much as data as possible. You have to describe the problem, write the problem statement as well. In the do stage, you will have to run the test. Okay, you have to, you will whatever written agreement process, okay, whatever changes you have written down, noted down, data collection that you have done in the planning stage, now you have to put actions into it. So that is the do stage. Start to implement your action plan. Be sure to collect data as you go to help you evaluate your plan as well. You have make sure your team can also help you out with any checklist, flow chart, run chart. Okay, because it will help you to capture the data and occurrence as they happen over time. Because you will need this data for the next step in the study step. Okay, your team, whoever is your team, they should document problems, what happened earlier, what is happening right now, whatever change you have brought in. With regards to the change, what unexpected effects were happening that you were not prepared of. Okay, you have to gain data on that. General observations, what is happening, that you have to gain put collect the data on it. So these things you have to do in the second step, that is do. In the third step of study, you have to uh, dra- you have to make sure that did the plan give you the desired result. Okay, or how much result it gave you or how little, where your expectations met, was the action worth the investment. You will study that. Do you see positive trends in the change that you have brought in? What are the side effects that you were not prepared for? Okay, these things you will note and you will make a study of it. You can use Pareto chart, control chart, run chart, okay, in this step of study. Okay, because study will give you what's your plan, what all plans or solutions you had at your disposal. Was it successful or not? Study phase will give you that conclusion. And finally, the stage 4 of ACT. Now you will do the reflection on whatever plans and outcomes happened. Okay, if your team is determined and the plan gave you success, what you have to do, whatever change you have brought here in this study, that change becomes the new standard. Okay, it will become the new standard and you will begin to use it regularly. And anyone you are hiring as a new employee, they will also have to learn this new strategy. Old employees will be trained on this new strategy because it gave you good result. The plan and the change that you have brought, it gave you good result. Now everyone has to follow the same technique. But if it is not giving you the lessons, or whatever mistakes you have done during this stage, study from that mistakes and keep it in mind for the next time you plan something else. So this is the PDSA cycle. Then you have the rapid PDSA cycle. It's more or less likely a trial and error method, which immediately you can do a lot of trial and error methods in one go within few days. That is rapid PDSA cycle. It can be a 4-stage or 3-stage rapid PDCA cycle in quality improvement as well. And usually a small scale changes whatever you want to make in that rapid PDCA or PDSA is used. Short cycles of change to accelerate the quality improvement in the organization. You will not make one big drastic change. Step by step, you will first change the first 3 processes. In the next week, you will change the remaining processes. In the third week, you will change the last few processes. Okay, like that. Instead of in one shot changing the entire process in one go, step by step, slowly, you will train your employees to change few processes first. Let everyone study the new processes, then move forward with bring more changes in the next few processes, and so and so. This is the rapid PDSA cycle. In one go, you will not do the changes, you will do the changes in step by step phase. And no extra funding should be required. You should keep your budget really low when you're doing rapid PDSA. No additional staff is required. Pen and paper is more than enough to do a rapid PDCA. And it is a step-wise approach, as I mentioned. Just imagine if an admission process has 10 steps and you want to change the admission process in your hospital. You will not change all the 10 steps in one go when you are using rapid PDSA. You will first change the first 3 steps in the first week. Let everyone get trained in that first 3 steps. Then you will include the next 3 steps. Train everyone for that. Slowly, within a month, you will see you have completely replaced the old admission process with the new admission process without causing a drastic change, and because drastic change will lead to a lot of mistakes. Okay, which sometimes some hospitals cannot afford. Then we have the focus PDCA cycle. PDCA remains the same, but here something additional that you have to study is about focus part. So it is also a business strategy. It is designed to improve processes, And the name actually, it is an acronym, focus, that describes all the different steps and actions that you have to do during the process improvement period. And this improvement strategy is used in any type of industry, but most commonly it is used in manufacturing, warehouses, and construction industry. The main purpose of the Focus PDCA is to provide a structure that guides the process of the problem solving and process improvement. Sometimes it is also called Deming cycle, Shewhart cycle as well. So first, the acronym FOCUS stands for, F stands for find a process to improve. If you take a hospital will have 100 different processes: admission, discharge, referral, transportation, CSSD, housekeeping, linen services, biomedical waste management. There are 100 different processes in a hospital. Okay, you will first select any one process which you want to improve. For example, customers from the past 1 month are complaining about the admission process or discharge process, delay in discharge. Okay, that is a complaint you are frequently getting from your clients. Okay, so you will focus on only discharge for a process for a month. Okay, find a process to improve. So you have found a discharge process to improve. Then you will organize a team that knows the process. So uh, discharge process will be well known by nurses, doctors, okay, and the medical records department, insurance department. Insurance will be involved here in this process, because if they are using insurance policies, insurance will have, people have to also sign the discharge. Okay, so make a team who knows the process very well. Okay, you will billing department people will also be a part of this process. Okay, reception staff will not be a part of discharge process, because they do not know about much about the discharge process. They will Reception people will know more about the admission process. Okay, clarify the current knowledge of the process. When you build a team for a conference or a meeting. Okay, first ask them questions about what they know, what's happening in the hospital, what knowledge do they know about the complaints we are receiving from the hospital. Okay, so clarify the current knowledge of the process, understand causes of the process variation. So they themselves will also have some idea why this mistake is happening, why the delay in discharge is happening. Okay, nurses, doctors, billing department employees, insurance department employees, they themselves will have an idea why there is a delay in discharges. Okay, so they will also have that knowledge. They can share that knowledge from their own perspective. Okay, and everyone may point towards 2 3 areas which is the most frequent cause of complaints in delay in discharge. So that area you will select to improve. So you will select the process to improve. Okay, it could be because insurance in majority of the discharges are delayed because the insurance papers don't get signed on time. Okay, insurance approvals does not come on time. Okay, so majority of them are pointing towards the insurance department. So that is the process you will select to improve. And then you will do a complete PDCA cycle for the insurance process. So this is how you do a focus approach. Then you have the fade model. Fade model of improvement. So it has steps and it has sub steps as well. Fade model, it stands for focus. So this in this model of quality improvement, there are many parts which you can see within each of the basic parts. Main 4 steps are there. F stands for focus, A for analyze, D for develop, E for execute, and under each of these sub steps are also there. Okay, so you have to start in the middle of the circle. and move out in each phase to see the complete flow of the fade process. Okay, that is about the fade model. And this is one of the most commonly used approaches in healthcare. This is also a trial and learning approach. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, start from the beginning. So that is the fade model. So in the focus phase, first phase, you have to define and verify the process that you have to improve, just like any other processes. Select one problem. Okay, you can see here there are three cycles. First circle is the acronym fade. Second is the middlemost circle. Okay, and third is the lastmost circle, but you have to start with the middle circle. Okay, middle circle will give you step by step approach. So first you generate a list of problems. A hospital will have 100 problems. You take a list of problem, select one problem. Usually majority of the complaints come from one area. That would be your first priority. Okay, you will define that problem, put a proper statement to that problem, put a proper objective statement to that problem, and then you will decide what you need to know. Okay, what data collection has to be done. Okay, you will collect the data. Okay, what is happening right now, what patterns are happening right now. Okay, what are the factors that are affecting this pattern. You will have to study that in the analyze phase. Then you have to generate the solution. In the develop phase, solution will come, brainstorming will be done. Okay, you will have two or three different solutions. Select the best solution. Okay, because what is feasible, what is in your budget, what you are capable of doing, that will be the solution you will select. And then you will develop an implementation plan. Who will do you have to employ somebody else to bring this solution? Do you need to hire new staffs? Do you need some technicians? Do you need some training for this solution to be executed? Okay, you will have to develop that plan. Okay, then you will gain commitment. You will make a team who is ready to execute the plan, who could be new staffs or trained staffs. Okay, you will execute the plan and you will monitor the impact. You will start doing the plan, you will start taking actions based on your plan, and you will also simultaneously you will also see how it is impacting. Is it impacting positively or negatively? Okay, and once it if the impact is positive, that becomes a standard. If the impact is negative, all over again you have to do the fade model again. This is the fade model. So we'll stop the class here. Remaining we will do in the next class. If you have any queries,